What's up? I'm Rob Parker. I'm from North Dakota, but I've lived a little bit of everywhere. Most recently Nashville, Tennessee, but I'm here in Fort Wayne, Indiana now. I'm not exactly sure when I became an artist, but I picked up guitar and keyboard kind of at the same time when I was 12 or 13 years old, and I immediately wanted to start recording what I was doing, even though it was probably terrible. And I was hooked ever since. I play guitar, bass, and keyboards, a little bit of drums. I would definitely say my specialty, other than recording, mixing and mastering, is definitely synthesizers. Keyboards and synths are where I really geek out. I've been in a few bands. The last band I was in was a band called Navigator in Nashville, Tennessee. We were sort of like a hardcore type group. In Knoxville, Tennessee, when I lived there, I was in a band called Kiss Tomorrow Goodbye. And when I lived in Raleigh, I was in a band called Fight the Morning. Every band I've been in has been sort of rock, metal, more aggressive type stuff. My last project was my first solo record. Before I was in a band, I did video game soundtracks and sound effects and things like that. When my last band broke up, the one in Nashville, Tennessee, I decided it was time to start taking my own music seriously. I'd always done my music on the side, behind the scenes of whatever band I was in. But when the last band broke up, I decided to take my own work seriously, and I decided to release my first solo effort called FATHOMER, which is on iTunes and Amazon and Spotify. I've dabbled in a lot of genres of music, but for my solo work, I decided to do trip-hop music. Trip-hop is sort of, it's the groove of hip-hop, but with more dark, kind of atmospheric undertones and things like that. My current project is a follow-up to FATHOMER, my first solo record. I knew as soon as I finished FATHOMER that I wasn't done and wanted to keep going with it. And FATHOMER was done in about 7 months, and I started writing for the second album the next month after FATHOMER hit the shelves. And that was May 2013, and I've been writing ever since. I'm about a month away from having it done and out. But I knew I wanted it to be darker, and this album is a lot more personal, based on a little bit more personal experience. And I feel like it's a natural step forward from FATHOMER. I've collaborated with a few artists, Brella being one of them, a long time ago. I did a short collaboration last year with a Canadian glitch group called like an electro synthesizer-y type sounding group called the Databats, and that was a lot of fun. And for my current project, my second record, there will be a song featuring them, and I'm pretty excited about that. I should have the mix back from them any day, and really looking forward to that, and it'll be a track featured on my record. The music industry is it's changing so fast, and everyone's just struggling to keep up. It's just a huge cycle of people making it and not making it, and it gets pretty vicious sometimes. But it's changed so much that it's become democratized, because anyone can put a record out without the help of a label, and in some ways that's good, in some ways it's not, but it really levels the playing field, and it's pretty exciting. I mean, I can put something on iTunes and immediately it's available worldwide. and that's something that no one would have dreamed of 10, 15 years ago. I'm not exactly sure what I want to change about the music industry, but I think people should, because a song costs 99 cents now, and that's fine, it's convenient, you can get it, on your phone, wherever you are, but I just don't want people to forget the value of a song, because a song is worth more than 99 cents. Someone spent so much time and effort to get that out, and this is kind of why I started collecting vinyl records. It was just sort of my reaction against all of that, but support artists, because it's harder and harder for artists to do their thing and see any income from it. And people will think, oh, so you're just in it for the money, and that's not true. And, well, it kind of is true. If you're in it for the money, then you're in it so you can make a living doing it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Anyone would want to make a living doing what they love. What's visually hype about me? Well, I think that's for the listener to decide. My music it's instrumental, and some people are pushed away by that, but I think there's a charm in instrumental music in that it lets the listener paint a picture. My songs do have meanings behind them, but I think it's really fun to hear different people's takes on the songs I've made, because they're varied, and that's the whole point of my first record being called FATHOMER. You're supposed to try to fathom it and figure out what the song, you can try to figure out what it means to me, or you can paint your own picture with it. For free? No, I'm not gonna play anything for free. Alright, let's do it. Wrong note. I'm Rob Parker, and this has been Visual Hype Media. Shout out to Brola out there in Chicago for being a down-to-earth artist, which is a dying breed these days. So go follow him. I got a record to finish. Get out. Go. Get.